Welcome back to the sessions on the subject marketing management. Myself is Umrez, working as an assistant professor, Department of MBA, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. In today's session, as I will discuss about marketing product. About this product, we will discuss what is the basic definition of a product. Then we will move on. What are the different levels of product? Then we will conclude the today's sessions with classification of products. Now, let us start the session. Now, what is a product? Basically, as we all knows that product is a basic thing for any business, as well as product is also very essential for conducting the marketing activities. Without product, there is no business that we have. Now, what is this product? How can we define a product? Product can be defined, it is a bundle of benefits that are fulfilling the needs and wants of the customers. For example, if we will see, pen is a product. Like different types of services that we have, teaching, or else hospital, medical services that we have, advocate services we have, or else book. There are different types of elements that we have under a product. Now, why we will call all them as a product? Because all these elements are fulfilling, are addressing the needs and wants of any one customer or all. For example, we have certain type of medicines like cancer related medicines. Does it is providing a benefit to all the people? Means no. It is a specific category of people who are suffering with that problem. Yes, it is needed to them to get certain relaxation. So anyone or else all. For example, protein powder, energy drinks, everybody will be using like pens, books. So anything that is addressing any of the need of an individual in the entire universe, then we will call that as a product. Anything that can be offered to a market that will satisfy the needs and wants of an individual. Product features are, now there are different types of elements that we will use in order to differentiate a product from our company to the different competitive products that are available in the market. Now, how we will differentiate the product? That will take place based upon the different types of characteristics or features of a product that includes product traits, product attributes that deliver value to the end user, and at the same time, these features, these characteristics will help an organization to differentiate their product from the other competitive product. For example, let us assume that pen with a rubber grip, pen without rubber grip. How we are differentiating? Cello pen, yes, it is having a rubber grip on it. So it is that rubber grip is differentiating their product from the other competitive. Or else the stylishness of a product, even the price of a product. Natraj pen will be available at 3 rupees. How they are differentiating themselves in the in the market based upon the price that they have, based upon the color of the product. So any of the feature that we are using to differentiate so that the customer can able to identify them, and through that features is we are providing certain value to the customer. All such type of entities, any entity, we will call that as a product. Now, what is a product means? An entity that is addressing the needs and wants of the customers, or that is providing bundle of benefits to the customers, then we will call such a entity as a product. What are the examples? Like as we said, tea dust, sugar, milk, or else different types of services, hospital services, medical services, advocate services, teaching, all these will come under different types of products. Now, every business will offer a product to their customers. Now, in order to offer, what we said, what is a product means anything that is addressing need is a product. Now, how do we address the needs of the customers? Depending upon that, we have different levels of product that have been classified into 5. That is core level, core benefit, basic product, expected product, augmented, and the last one that we have, it is potential product. Now, why we required all these elements? For example, let us assume that I want to write on a paper. What is my need? What I need? Something that I can able to write on a paper. What I need? My need can be fulfilled by using a ink. Ink is a core product. But how do I write with the ink? That means I cannot dip my finger in the ink and write on a paper. I need certain other substances. That is, I need a refill so that I can able to write with that one. That is a basic product that we can say. Come to the next one. How long that I can able to write with that refill? It is not possible. It will get, my fingers will be hurted. So what the customer will expect? Customers will expect that the refill should be supported, because refill is very thin. With the customer expect that the thin body should be included in something so that I can able to write comfortably. That we'll call it as expected level. Augmented level, more than to the expectations of the people. That is possible not in case of pen, but as for example, like let us consider more than the expectation. A pen that can be rewritable. I can able to erase that one. Potential level. Potential level means the highest to top level that we have, where technology included in a pen. Technological advances included in a pen. All these are the different levels of product that are fulfilling the need. Now, why we need to understand about the different levels of products? So that we can able to give the competition effectively. So, one element. How? Basically, in a developing country like India, we have the competition till these three levels basically, and yes, of course, for certain type of products, it is extended in the augmented level. But whereas when it will come to the developed country, in case of a developed country, what happens? The competition will exist at potential level, because all the other products, every company, every competitor able to fulfill all the basic needs. So, the competition will exist at potential level. And at the same time, why we need to understand core levels of products, levels of product, because to satisfy the customers. As I said just now, writing on a paper, ink is also sufficient. We are going with the ink means no, we are not going with the ink. We need a pen. That is what we are doing. We want to find out what the expectation of the customer. When we will provide a pen, then only the customer will be satisfied. Now let us have an in-depth analysis about each of the stage. The first level, as we said, that is the core level. What is the core level? The fundamental need or want that consumers satisfy by consuming either the good or service, that we will call it as a core level. For example, hungriness. Hungriness is the need of an individual that needed to be addressed. How can we fulfill the hungriness? By providing the different types of food. Food is a core level here. Now come to the next one, that is basic or generic level. Under this one, a version of the product containing only those attributes or characteristics absolutely necessary for it to function. For example, as in the case of pen, we said, as we said in the case of writing on a paper, what is our need? Ink is our core product. Now, what we are saying under this generic level, what is necessary for its functioning? The ink can able to write. When we will put the ink in a refill, then we can able to write it effectively. That is what refill will comes under the generic level here. For example, the need of process digital images could be satisfied by using different types of generic low-end or else personalized computers using free images processors and all, like the example that we have taken. Or else, let us assume that the food, hungriness of an individual. Hungriness, how it can be fulfilled? By providing any kind of food to an individual. That is a basic or the food that we are providing is a basic or generic level that we have. Now, let us move to the next one, that is expected level. What is an expected level? The set of attributes or characteristics that buyer normally expect and agree to when they will buy a product. Now, basically, whenever we are providing a food, I have certain food for the hungry person. What generally we will expect, the food should be served in a plate so that I can able to eat it conveniently. The refill should be placed in a body so that I can able to have a grip, I can able to hold the pen, to write for a longer time. That is what we have, it is expected level. For example, the computer specified delivery, fast image processing, and whenever we are going to purchase any computer, any mobile, what we will expect, the resolution should be good enough, the space should be good enough. All these will comes under the expected level. Now come to the next one that we have, it is augmented level. Guys, it's still this expected level as we have even in a developing country, but later on as a competition is very high, then we will move on to the next one, that is augmented level. There is a area where there is no food is available, you are hungry, then what we will expect, the food should be served at somewhere. But when there are many other competitors are existing, then we will go with many other characteristics, like we will see the hygienity, we will see the taste of the food, we will see the price of the food, etc, etc. All that levels will comes under augmented level. The inclusion of additional features, benefits, attributes are related services that serve to differentiate the product from its competitors. So how we are using certain basic characteristics of a product so that we will differentiate our product from the other competitors, that we will consider under augmented level. For example, again we have the same example here related to a computer preloaded with high-end image processing, no extra cost is required, discounts and all. For example, previously what happened, when we have purchased a laptop, a computer, to install the different types of softwares, we used to pay the additional amount. But as the competition, as the manufacturers are more, many number of brands are available, now what we are expecting, the laptop should come with built-in features, whatever essential for us. Yes, all such type of elements should be included in that. That is what the augmented product that we have. Even when we are purchasing a mobile, previously we used to install everything, every app that is required for us. But nowadays, yes, the mobiles are coming with predefined apps that are already present in that one. Just we need to log in to access our things. So that is augmented level product that we have. Come to the next one, that is potential. This includes all the augmentations and transformation the product might undergo in future, not at present, but in future. For example, when we will take about mobile, in a mobile, what happened, as the time passes, for every 2 years nowadays, even for every 1 year, there are certain latest softwares are coming. Now what happened, instead of changing my model mobile every year, I want to upgrade my mobile. That is what, not present requirements, future requirements will also be supported in that one. So such type of features as we will consider under potential level. Now, to ensure future customer loyalty, a business must aim to surprise or delight the customers in future by continuing to augmented products. For example, the customers receives ongoing image processing softwares upgradations with new and useful features. All this will call it as potential products. So these are the 5 different levels of product that we have, which a company, a business will offer to their customers to address the need and to gain the competitive advantages. Now, what are those 4? Just 5, recall. Core level. The next one that we have, expected level or basic level. Basic or generic level, expected level. Next one we have augmented level, and the last one we have, it is potential. Core, basic, expected, augmented and potential level. We need you to understand these elements where our product is falling, so that we can able to satisfy our customers effectively and gain competitive advantages. Now let us move on to the next second topic of today's session, that is classification of products. Products are classified into different types. If as how they are classified, basically in general we will see, based upon the tangibility of a product, products are classified into 2 types, that is goods and different types of services that we have. Now, why to classify? Why to understand the concept of classification of goods? To define the different types of strategy. Now, how I want to start a business? Where to start my business? In which locality or in which area that I need to start? For example, there are 2 different types of products, let us assume. One is electronic goods or expensive jewelry. The other one that we have, like day-to-day staples that we have, or else a grocery store, supermarket, grocery store, supermarket, something. Now, the place that I will select, the distribution channels that we will select, does it will be same for both? May not be. Why? When we are going with a supermarket, stationery store and all, can I start my supermarket in an area where there are already other competitors are available, other businesses are available? This is a wrong decision. Why? Because already the customers are habituated to go to a store. In that case, I may not be able to go. I mean, create the demand for our product. Or even we are creating, it might not be up to the mark. But does it will take place even for the electronic goods in the same way that it is applicable? No. When went to a shop to purchase a refrigerator, what general tendency of a customer? I want to visit 3 to 4 stores. Shop 1, 2, 3. I will check the different features, the different warranty, guarantee, price changes and all. Then I will decide which one that I will purchase. In that case, if this electronic goods showrooms are available at a wide range of distance, it will be very difficult to the customer to travel and purchase. Such type of shops the customer never prefer. So they'll expect that all these should be available within a small geographical area. But when it will come to the stationery store, it is not like that. A bookstore, a retailing. So why it is necessary to classify the goods? We need to identify what type of product that our company is offering. Depending upon that, we will develop the different strategies so that we can able to succeed. Now come to the concept. Depending upon the users, product has classified into 2 types. As I said, depending upon the tangibility, goods and services. But here I am going to discuss about depending upon who are the users of that product. Products are classified into 2 types. One is consumer goods. The second one that we have, it is industrial goods, industrial products, sorry. Now, what are consumer products? Consumer, end user. The products that being as an end user, an individual has purchased and using for themselves, then we will call them as consumer products. Now, these consumer products are again classified into 2 types. For example, I have purchased like toothpaste. I have purchased a pen. Why I have purchased? Either for myself or any of my family member. Such type of customers, such type of products, as we'll call them as consumer products. Now, these consumer products are classified into 2 types. The first one that we have, it is consumer goods. Now, what are consumer goods? Goods are that are tangible, whereas services are intangible in nature. That means being as an individual, we are using certain type of goods and services. For example, I went to a beauty parlor. Beauty parlor, what is a product that I have paid? Let us assume that 1200 rupees to them. What is the product that they have provided? They have not given any physical product to me. They have provided certain service to us. I went to a doctor. They have a psychiatrist. They have given certain counseling to me. I have paid 2000 rupees to that doctor. For what that I have paid? What is my product? That is a service that they have provided. So, goods and services. Goods used by the consumers for personal, family or household purposes. For example, shampoos, notebooks, pens, books, electronic goods, all that will come under consumer goods. Come to the next one, that is services, consumer services. Activities purchased by the consumer for personal family use only, but that nature of this is intangible in nature. For example, here we have haircut, car wash, saloon services, or else doctor services, advocate services. Advocates, what all these people are providing? They are all providing different types of services. Now, this is a basic classification. What is consumer goods and what are consumer services? Now, again, this consumer goods are classified into different categories. Now, what are those? These are consumer goods are not much more expensive. Why? End users are using inexpensive products that required little time and efforts to purchase the decisions, and these are frequently purchased. For example, pens, eraser, shampoo, toothpaste, or else take any kind of electronic goods. Now, under the consumer goods, now these are the consumer goods that are convenient goods. That is, we are going to purchase the goods for making our life to be convenient. Regular purchases like shampoos, erasers, books, pens. For this kind of a product purchase, we are not going to spend hours, days for taking the purchase decision. We are regularly purchasing and we are habituated to purchase a same type of brand. Again, this convenient goods are classified into three different categories. Two different categories we have, that is staple goods as well as impulse goods and emergency goods. Now, what are staple goods? Used often regularly and kept on hand, like different types of FMCG goods that we have. Bread, butter, milk, oil, all these kind of goods that we'll call them as staple goods. Come to the next one, that is impulse goods, unplanned goods. I went to a shop to purchase a soap. The soap price is 95 rupees. I have given 100 rupees to him. 5 rupees left. What I will do, in a cash counter, some chocolate is present, I have purchased that. Without any pre-planning the goods which we will purchase, that we will call them as impulse goods. Example, like I went to a railway station, the train is delay. What generally that we will do, we have a newspaper there, we will purchase a newspaper, we will purchase a magazine without any specific plan. This author, this brand, this newspaper, no other characteristics will be considered at this. Consider the last one, that is emergency goods. These are also unplanned, but this will be purchased in order to fulfill that immediate requirement now. Purchased to satisfy the immediate need. For example, I went outside, suddenly it started raining. What generally that we will do, somebody is selling the, umbrellas there. I don't inquire about the price, about the quality of that umbrella, about the brand of that umbrella, etc., etc. Immediately we will buy that umbrella. That we will call it as emergency goods. These are the three basic convenience goods that we have. Come to the second category, convenient good. One of the basic characteristic, regular and little time can be consumed in order to buy the product. Come to the second category that we have, it is shopping goods. Shopping goods, under that best example is we can talk about electronic goods under this one, where an individual will take a decision to buy by spending right amount of time. They'll evaluate the different alternatives before going to select the brand or a product. Products that are usually required a great deal of time and efforts. I want to buy a laptop. Do I go open a website and place the order? Means no. Before that, I'll do certain investigation. That is, such type of goods as we'll call them as shopping goods. Consumers search and compare the similar type of products prior to their purchases. This will make the comparison, different features, different prices, different sellers. There are many different parameters that we will evaluate before purchasing this decision. Clothes, items and hardware, different types of appliances will come under this shopping goods. As electronic goods is one of the best example for this. Come to the third category of consumer goods, that is specialty goods. Now, what are these specialty goods? These are sought by the consumer who desire to have a specific brand or specific product. So, these are some kind of special attachment that the consumer have towards this products. The consumer will not accept a substitute for this one. For example, there are certain type of customers who are using iPhones. They are very specific about that brand, that if it is available, then only they'll buy. So, such type, they never accept any substitute product to that one. They are very loyal to their specific brands what they are using. The consumer may have saved money for a long time before going to make that decision, or they will even borrow the money in order to purchase that one. So, they are much more emotionally attached with that respective product. Such type of products as we will call them as specialty goods. Come to the last one that we have, it is unsought goods, that is unknown goods. For example, there are certain type of products available in the market, but we will never prefer to know about them until and unless it is demanded. For example, every one of us knows that there are certain medications will be available, a treatment will be available for patients suffering with cancer. But do we come across, do we learn about that? Like HIV that we have. There are certain precautions, or else the treatment for HIV is available in the market. But how the treatment, what are the procedures, what are the medicines, all that we don't know. Cancer, how it is, we don't know. Even there are certain type of people who will never prefer even to heard about such type of elements. Such type of products as we'll call them as unsought goods. Until and unless it is demanded for those, it is very essential, then only we will came to know about such type of products. All these are different types of consumer goods. Come to the next one, that is industrial products that we have. Now, what are these industrial products? These are the different types of products that can be consumed by industries in order to prepare some other product. Now, what they will prepare? For example, like wheat. I have purchased wheat. Why? So that I can prepare the wheat flour chapati at my home. Another company has purchased. I myself only purchased the wheat from a farmer. Why I have purchased? Because I have a company, wheat flour manufacturing unit that I have. Now, what I am doing is I am preparing certain flour from that wheat and I am selling that into a market. That is such type of goods that we will call them as industrial products. Now, under this industrial products, again, two types that we have. It is industrial goods and industrial services. Industrial goods are the different types of tangible products that can be used for the production of another product. For example, assembly line manufacturing and all. But whereas the industrial services that we have, like the best example that we have, it is cleaning, maintenance and all. There are certain companies also use industrial services so that the maintenance of the machines can be done effectively and it can be operated in a proper way. This is industrial products, industrial goods and industrial services. As we discussed types of consumer goods, like the same we have types of consumer services. Now, what are the types of services that we have? Like the pure service. What is a pure service? Like psychiatrist, as we said. When we will go to a psychiatrist, what they will do? I'm facing certain kind of mental issues. What the people will do? A psychiatrist may not give any medicine and all. What they will do? They will give certain counseling to them. That is what the pure service. After coming back from a psychiatrist, I said that yes, I got a solution to my problem. Now show me the problem. I cannot visualize that one. That is what a pure service. Like teaching that we have. When I have attended a lecture by a professor from Oxford University, I said that it is very satisfaction. I got much more knowledge. Show me that. I cannot visualize that in any tangible element. Such type of services as we'll call them as pure services. The next one that we have, it is non-good service. Now, what is a non-good service? Means a service that is not associated with any kind of good purchase. Yes, for example, like tax payments, tax preparation that we have here. Does it is associated with any product? If I will purchase something, then only it will come, means no. Such type of services as we'll call them as non-good services. But there are certain type of services that are associated with goods. That is owned good services. That means when we will purchase a good, then associated to that as there are certain services available with them. For example, installation service. When I will get that installation service means when I have purchased certain good from them, then only the installation will come. Activities that alter, improve or repair the different types of products that we have, like dry cleaning and all. The next one that we have, it is rented goods services. There are certain type of services that will be provided on rental basis. That is movie rental, carpet cleaners and all. Now the last one, product related services. Activities offered with or to complain a product, like warranty, guarantee, different types of services that will be offered to the customers so that the product good value can be enhanced. That we'll call them as product related activities. These are the different types of consumer services. Consumer goods, consumer services. Come to the next one, that is industrial goods and industrial services. As we said, products are of two types. See here. One is consumer products, industrial products we have. Again here, consumer products, consumer goods, consumer services, industrial products, again industrial goods and industrial services. This is the classification based upon the user. This classification is based upon the tangibility that we have. Now, what are the different types of industrial goods and services? For example, installation and accessories in equipment. It is a part of production process that will users make different types of products. In order to prepare a product, we require different types of machines, equipments, tools and all. That will call them as installations and accessory equipment. For example, assembly line manufacturing, these are the different types of raw materials, fabrications, what we will use in order to produce a product. Now, these products are different types that we will take, like farm products. Now, what are farm products means? That we will take from the agriculture. For example, plants, wood for paper, or else wheat for bread. Now, how we are getting? From the farmers that we are getting, farm products that we have. Now, the next one that we have, it is industrial supplies. Now, the industrial supplies represents different types of products that another industry will provide to us in order to fulfill our basic requirement. Support our facilities that the use of industrial goods, the operations of a business. For example, computers or else cash registrations, maintenance services. Who will provide all these means? Another business organization might provide. And the next one that we have, it is business advisors. This is a service that can be offered by the another organization who will give the advices to us. For example, our business, now it is a month of March, we need to pay the taxes. We have an advisor, legal advisors, tax advisors, income tax advisors. Those people will give us what is the amount that we need to pay, how we need to pay, etc., etc. So, all such type of consultants, as we'll call them as business advisors. This is the, concept of classification of products. Thank you.